Yo, it's G and it's G1 Productions, man. And today we are starting a Braves series, okay? This will be a solo series. Sometimes Will might slide in here. He might talk about his Dodgers every now and then. But this is episode 1 of our Braves series. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. Y'all help me out in the comments. Y'all go ahead and make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and talk about what is going on with my Atlanta Braves. Right now, we are 12-15. Not the start I'm picturing a lot of us fans were really thinking were going to happen. You know, we're coming off a World Series. Granted, there might have been a lot of distractions that they're going through, especially during championship week. You know, they had a lot of distractions as far as ring ceremonies and all the other, you know, fancy stuff that they were going through. So I'm going to give them that. You know, we're a decent ways into the season. We're about 30 games in. So we got to start picking it up, because if we get too far behind now, it's going to be hard to catch up. It's going to be hard to replicate what we did last season where, you know, we traded for 4 outfielders. So as far as the trade deadline goes, last year, you know, we did make a significant splash at the deadline. I'm not expecting us to do something like we did last season, because we did sell a lot of our farm away. We went from arguably a top 5 farm team to a bottom 20. I mean, we lost a lot of our top prospects. It is what it is, but you live, you learn. We're going to grow back. We're not quite at the 30-game mark, but we're almost there, and we're not quite batting where we should be. The batting average is down from last season significantly. Players throughout the league just aren't hitting it as good as they were. I'm not sure if that was because of the lockout and they didn't really have as much time to prepare in the offseason. I'm not sure. Who knows? But a lot of people are blaming it on the baseball. I mean, everybody's got to deal with the same problems. And right now, we are 4th in home runs. But we have hit like maybe 24 or 25 solo shots. So we're not hitting a lot of home runs when runners are on base. Therefore, that's a lot of runs coming off the board that should be sliding across home plate. We're also 14th in RBIs. We have 100 total RBIs as a team right now. We're 21st in batting average with a 227. We got to pick that up, okay? We're hitting the home runs, but we're not getting base hits as many as at least as many as I'd like us to see. We need to start focusing on hitting little bloopers instead of trying to hit the ball over the fence, because the ball is pretty much dead this year. Everybody's got to deal with the same problem. I'm gonna keep repeating that. Everybody's got to deal with the same problem. So we cannot keep going back to, oh, the baseball's dead, this, and that. Everybody's playing with the same baseball. We're also 20th in on-base percentage, which is not good. Like I said, we are a 301 in on-base percentage. OBP, that's not good. So we're 9th in slugging percentage. So like I said, we're hitting the ball well, but we're swinging for the fence too much. We have too much power, and we just gotta sit back, focus, and try to really just hit the ball into the outfield, hit them into the gaps, get what we can, and just try to get runners on base. That's literally all we need to do. We're 12th in total runs scored in the league with 107. So it's not bad, middle of the pack. I'd like for us to slide up a little bit. Hopefully we can hit that mid-season stride and really just be where we need to be. But as far as batting, I'm not liking it right now. I'll get into key players and you know, significant people that I need to talk about in a minute after I talk about the team stats. But we're gonna go ahead and talk about the pitching side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about pitching, and we're 23rd in ERA. That's not good, okay? Obviously, our bottom of the rotation is struggling right now, okay? Wright has stepped up significantly. He's in the top 10 probably in ERA in the major leagues right now. He's been phenomenal. But like I said, we're going to talk more about players later in the video. Right now, we're 11th in home runs. So that's a good number. I'm happy with where we're at. We've only given up 22. I'm happy with that. But we're 27th in walks. We've given up a lot of walks, guys. We've given up 97 walks. So a lot of batters are getting on. I know Bryce Elder was a problem. Was a problem. So hopefully in AAA these guys can, you know, kind of get their groove back. We need them throwing strikes. We need them striking out batters. We don't need them letting, you know, walking in batters. I mean, that's just, it happens though, but we cannot have it happening for the last half of the season. I need them to get a little bit better in AAA because, I mean, Elder and Yanoa both have good potential to be, you know, quality starting pitchers in this league. So I think with age and experience, they're gonna come around. But as of right now, I think they kind of need to stay in that AAA level and just work on developing them a little bit further. We are also 3rd in strikeouts, so that is also a very good stat to have. We have 241 total strikeouts. that I am extremely happy with. But we just got to, like I said, we just got to get the walks down. We are 21st in whip, walks, hits, and innings pitched. Ratio of walks plus hits to innings pitched. If nobody, you know what I'm saying, if you don't know, I'm going to break it down for you. We're 126. Not good. Could be better. But we're 13th in batting average. It's not bad. We're allowing a 228 batting average. A lot of middle of the pack stats. I don't know how I feel about it, but like I said, you live and you learn. Hopefully we can learn from this and move on in the next month or two and really just gain our stride. We're 13th in batting average. We're giving up a 228. It could be better. It could be worse. A lot of middle of the pack stats. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and talk about some key players, man. Let's just go ahead and talk about some key players. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about a guy who I think was on a lot of people's 2022-2023 MVP candidate list, and that's Austin Riley, okay? And so far, he's been the most consistent hitter on our team. He's hitting a 270 average with 7 home runs and 14 RBIs, so that's wonderful. He's also hitting a 910 OPS. I'm loving it. Okay, keep up the great work, Austin, and we need to make sure we also re-sign him. We need to pay him the big bucks to stay because he's gonna be worth it, guys. I'm hoping he will become the next Freddie Freeman type player. You know, he's gonna play for us like 12 years, be our Chipper Jones type third baseman. You know what I'm saying? I hope he can develop into that as long as he can continue his stellar production. Dansby Swanson. Okay, I want to talk about this. There has been a lot of Dansby Swanson slander, and I don't know how I feel about it because this man is arguably the best defensive shortstop in the game right now. He literally has 0 errors. 0 errors so far. He's got a 1,000 fielding percentage. He's also got a 6.1 defensive WAR. That is insane. That leads the majors. He also has 6 outs above average, also leads the majors. To counter that, I want to say he leads the league in strikeouts with 36. So it's so frustrating to have a player like that, you know. Lately, these last couple games, I want to say the last 2 series, he has been showing out with the bat. He's been getting a lot of RBIs. He's been stroking it like he should. But he's got his batting average up a little bit. It's at a he got his batting average up a little bit. It's at a 233. He's got 1 home run with 9 RBIs. We just got to get the strikeouts down. Next, I want to talk about Chavez Darneau. What a development we've gotten from him over the last 3 years. He was DFA'd by the Mets 3 years ago. We picked him up, and man, has he been a hell of a catcher for us. I love him. I'm here for all the Darneau dinkers, you know. Every little ball, he bloops right over the first baseman's head. I mean, I just love to see him, man. It just gets me so excited. And the chop, man. He's got 2 home runs and 12 RBIs. And hell of a defensive catcher. I don't even have to say much about him. Next, we got Ozzy Albies, who had one of the hottest starts to this season, but has slowed down, and he's been on quite the slump these last couple series. He started out the season with 6 home runs, and he really hasn't hit one in, I want to say, almost 3 series. He's been struggling at the plate a lot, been struggling to even get singles, been struggling to get anything to go his way. His average stands at a 217. He's got 6 home runs and 11 RBIs. Next, we got Marcelo Zuna, another guy who was off to a very hot 2022 start. He has 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. He's hitting a 224. He's been coming around a little bit. He still hasn't hit a home run in, I want to say, since his 2 home run game that he had a couple series ago. I don't remember quite who that was against. I don't want to say he's hit a home run since then. Still, he's been hitting the ball great, making great contact. A lot of his balls have been going straight towards the fence, so he just needs him to go a couple extra yards, a couple extra feet to get him over that wall. So as long as he can turn that around, hit a couple more home runs, I like Ozuna. I'd love to keep him around. Matt Olsen. Okay, this man got off to all the Braves got off to a very hot start. I'm not gonna say all of them because Dansby got off to a horrendous start, but he's coming, like I said, he's coming around now. A lot of players, you know, got off to a very good start. Matt Olsen was one of those players. He smacked 2 home runs in the first maybe 2 series, maybe even the first series. I'm not quite sure. All of a sudden, he hit his little, you know, every player hits a slump. Against the Mets, he played tremendous. I love the way he batted against the Mets. He played really good. But the series before that, maybe the 2 series before that, he struggled tremendously at the plate. We got him for 8 years. I think he's going to come around. I also think he still has the potential to put up MVP numbers this season. He just got to get them RBIs and the home runs up. He's batting a 283, 3 home runs, and he's got 11 RBIs. So it's not bad. I love to see Matt Olsen at first base. Also defensively, he is a stud. He can run, dive. I seen him make a tremendous diving play against the Mets the other day. I love to see Matt Olsen. I'm on the Matt Olsen train, man. Let's talk about Chavez Demerit. This man stepped up for us in the outfield when we were struggling so bad. When Eddie went down, Eddie, for all those that y'all don't know, he was having vision problems, so he just had, I don't know if it's LASIK, but he just had eye surgery, so I think the projected timeline for him to be back was 3 to 4 months. Hopefully he'll be back by September, maybe late August. Hopefully we'll have him by October if we can make it to October. But Chavez Demerit has stepped up big for us. He's hit an inside the park home run. He's hit an actual home run. And he's been swinging the bat great. He's only had one bad defensive play from what I've seen so far, and it really cost us one of them. I don't remember exactly what game it was, but he did miss a catch that cost us about 3 runs. It did hurt us bad, but like I said, he's a young player. He's going to learn. He's been fielding great ever since then. So, I love Demerit. He's a young player, young stud. Hopefully, he can further develop his bat and his fielding skills and maybe take over right field permanently. Who knows? Adam Duvall. Okay, this man is extremely interesting because he hit almost 40 home runs last season, and he is struggling tremendously at the plate so far. He's also one of the top probably 5 people in the MLB in strikeouts. He's only hit 1 home run so far, but he's still an RBI machine, like always. 13 RBI, so you can't be too mad at him. He's just not getting that ball quite over the fence like he was last year. He's hitting a 191. I need a little bit more production out of you. Defensively, though, in center field, you have been playing great. I have no complaints with your fielding. You have covered center field tremendously, and hopefully Acuna can slide back in there in a couple months, maybe a month or 2, and you can go back to your normal position. And maybe that's another thing. Maybe you're a little bit distracted playing center field. Who knows? But Duvall's going to get it together. We all know this. He's going to start swinging the bat good. He's going to start getting his home runs. I still think he's going to hit maybe 25 home runs on the season. I'd love to keep him around. Last batter I really want to talk about today is Ronald Acuna. And, you know, he's been batting okay since he came back. He's still probably trying to get over that mental hump of his knee and the ACL injury. Running is probably a little bit difficult for him. From what I hear, he says he's comfortable. It's going to take him a couple more weeks to really get back into the full stride of things and really get comfortable behind the plate. I do think he's still going to be a tremendous player. I think he's still going to have great stats through the season. He's just really got to get his confidence back and really turn the team up. He really needs to also slide into the leader position. I need him to really step into the leadership role because right now, from what I'm seeing, it's more Ozzy, Dansby, I don't know, the whole infield alone. They're taking over the leadership role together, and I like it because there's not really just one person that stands out as the true leader of the Braves yet. After Freddie left, of course, because we all knew Freddie was Chipper's, replacement guy, and we haven't really crowned him yet, but we all do think it's going to be Acuna. We all know the type of player Acuna is. He's going to come in, one swing can change the game. He's an extremely momentum-based player. Anything he does can change the outcome of a game. So having him for as many years as we do, I'm confident in us and us in the next 5 years. One thing I want to touch base on, I still do think we need to trade for a versatile outfielder, someone who can hit for contact. We don't really need another power hitter. We have plenty of those. I feel like we need another speedy contact hitter, someone in the realm of another Chavez Demerit, but a little bit more versatile, someone we can put at a couple positions if need be, if somebody needs rest, somebody can slide in. Another thing I want to touch base on is I think we need one more quality starter. I think everybody who watches games can agree with me. We just need one more solid guy to step into the rotation who we don't have to worry too much about. You know what I'm saying? It's not much of is he going to play good or not. It's just, he's going to go out there and give you a good outing. We really might just need that momentum to trade to get the team rolling like it was last year. It was just a historic trade deadline last year. Everybody knows. That was really the main reason why we won the World Series. Those players came together and they literally made a culture that was the best baseball experience I've ever experienced in my life. I mean, literally, Jock Peterson had every Braves fan wearing pearls. Soler, I've seen his highlight a million times, and I wish we could have kept Jock. I really wish we could have kept Soler, but they have moved on to their own respective teams. Gotta respect them for what they did for us last year. We love y'all. Let's just go ahead and move on to the pitching. We're not here to talk about last year. We're here to talk about right now. So a couple key pitchers I want to talk about. Kyle Wright. I talked about him a little bit earlier in the video, but this man is on a tear. He has 37 strikeouts and 7 walks. He's allowed only 1 homer and an average of 209. His ERA is a 1.74. Okay, another excellent pitcher I want to talk about, young guy, Spencer Strider. I have loved almost all but one of his outings. I think he's only had one bad outing. And it wasn't even a bad outing at all, because he's still throwing a 2.84 ERA, 16 strikeouts, 9 walks on 122 batting average. Max Fried had a rough start to the season, but his last 3 starts have been absolutely tremendous. He has a tremendous strikeout to walk ratio, and it's 27-1. That is insane for anyone who doesn't know. That is literally insane. He's only allowed 2 home runs on a 221 average. I am loving Fried. He's one of my, I'm not going to say one. He is my favorite pitcher on the Braves right now. Let's go ahead and get into Ian Anderson, okay? He's kind of struggled a little bit. He's got 15 walks and 18 strikeouts on a 209 average with a 4.01 ERA. So he's got to get that ERA down a little bit. Got to stop allowing so many runs per game. Just got to tighten it up a little bit. I mean, I have full faith in Ian. We've seen what he's done last season and the season before that. We know the potential that he's got. He's got the potential to be one of the best pitchers in the league. And as long as he can really get back into his stride, get back into the swing of things, I have full faith in Ian Anderson. I'm not too worried about him. One pitcher that I'm very worried about, though, Charlie Morton. Okay, he's 1-3 with a 6.85 ERA. He hasn't had a lot of good outings. I can tell you that right now. In the last outing that he had against the Mets in the doubleheader, he was already at 50 pitches through the 2nd inning. You cannot have that, okay? Granted, he did go 6 innings, and he had a good 3rd through 6th inning. He pitched very well through those innings, but you cannot have 50 pitches through the 2nd inning. As a starting pitcher, I need you to go a minimum of 5 innings. Like, 6 is ideal, 7, great. But if you, like, very minimum, I need you to go 5, especially on a day of a doubleheader. We cannot use all these relief pitchers. We paid him a 1-year, $20 million extension for this year. This man's 38, 39, something like that. Age is catching up to him probably. But granted, he hasn't had a lot of hard hit balls hit off of him. A lot of the balls have been, most of the balls really have been soft little bloopers over the first baseman straight through the gap. But granted, it's been too many of them, and I am not liking it. Another pitcher that I am extremely glad that we went out and traded for again was Jesse Chavez. As of right now, he's got a 0 ERA, 10 strikeouts, 0 walks on a 296 batting average. It could go down, but a 0 ERA, he hasn't allowed a run. That's insane. I was a big fan of Jesse Chavez last year. He's got a rubber arm. Glad to have him back in the club. Another guy I want to touch base on, Bryce Elder. I feel like he's got a lot of potential in this league. Granted, he's only 1-3 right now. He's still very young. He just needs to get his walks down. He's actually walked more batters than he struck out. It's 14-12, 14 walks, 12 strikeouts on a 4.74 ERA. I've liked the stuff that I've seen from him. Like I said, I just need him to put the ball in the strike zone. I feel like he just needs to have that confidence. I feel like he's a little bit intimidated of the MLB batter still, so as long as he's confident and throwing strikes, I like Bryce Elder in his future, but right now he needs to stay down in AAA. Kenley Janssen, I am extremely happy in him. His first game as a Brave worried me significantly because he almost blew like a 4-run lead in his first save appearance. But as of today, he's 7 for 7 in saves. Can't complain about him. Hasn't blown a single save yet. He's been pitching tremendously since that first game. He's got a 2.7 ERA on a 118 batting average. 13 strikeouts, 2 walks, no home runs. Can't complain. We stole a Dodger. Really it's really like a trade. We gave up Freddie and took Kenley. They definitely got more upside in that. It hurts to see Freddie walk, man, but we got to hop on the Olsen train. We got to support Olsen. But we also got to appreciate what Freddie did for us and gave us the ring. But we're not here to talk about Freddie. That, though, is really all I wanted to touch base on for the Atlanta Braves. This is going to be the longest video probably because I really wanted to be able to touch base on everything and give a whole recap on how I feel about the team right now. If you made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. Show some support. Give me your feedback. I'd love to hear it. In the meantime, though, go Braves. Chop on, you know what I'm saying? It's G from G-Wall Productions. Catch you in the next one.
Let me take you way back to beginnings. Back when moms was at school working doubles and Denny's. Been stacking on saving them dollars and them pennies. They fought from the finish. I'm trying to be one of y'all. Talking about rags to riches. What you know about bad dishes? I done fumbled before I can't fumble no more. Got my team on my back and we troublesome.